welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live on Channels Television from Lagos. Now a reminder of our main stories. The 44th edition of the World Economic Forum ends in Davos, Switzerland. Nigeria on the spotlight as growth driver in Africa. An attack on construction workers in Kaduna State leaves one Chinese national and 2 Nigerians dead. Ahead of the 2015 elections, police meet politicians from Ogun and Lagos states, warn against acts capable of igniting violence. And at least 7 people die in clashes as Egypt marks the anniversary of the 2011 revolution, which overthrew President Hosni Mubarak. Now, all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. You can now interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on your Android and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures, and videos. Now, as Nigerians prepare for the general elections in 2015, the police have said they are worried about the spate of violence perpetrated by politicians. But the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2, Maman Safe, has warned that no form of violence will be tolerated from them in the zone. Mr. Safe said this at a session with the representatives of all political parties in Lagos and Ogun states today.
These are some of the treated victims of the intra-party violence that recently occurred in Ogun State. The police say a team has been set up to unravel those behind the violence. But the police appears bent on preventing a recurrence of such. Representatives of all political parties in Lagos and Ogun State are present here at the conference hall of the Zone 2 headquarters in Onikan, Lagos, to discuss the way to peace in the states. The Assistant Inspector General of Police, Maman Safe, did not mince words as he raised the Riot Act to the politicians.
Political activities which will usher in free and fair elections is the focus of this meeting. What the police in particular and other security agencies need from you is a peaceful atmosphere in your day-to-day political activities.
Some of the politicians expressed their feelings on the peace move and asked for a swift response to any emergency call by any political party.
As politicians, in order to achieve a peaceful and violent-free election that could stand the test of time, you must avoid the following negative tendencies. 1. Making provocative statements that could heighten and ignite tensions in your respective constituencies. 2. Avoid the use of thugs. 3. Avoid unlawful importation and possession of firearms. 4. Avoid stuffing your ballot boxes and snatching them. 5. Hiring of political and electoral mercenaries. 6. Avoid dependence on money politics. 7. Avoid all forms of political assassinations.
As a party, we abhor violence, we detest hooliganism and thuggery, and we always talk against them at our meetings and rallies and others. So there is no reason for us to now slip backwards. Instead, we will intensify efforts more.
PDP has been a violence-free party. We are law-abiding party. We love peace, and I think it's a good thing. It's happening now. So I want to assure the people of Nigeria, particularly our people in Ogun State, that with PDP there will be no violence.
This is the first time such meeting is held in 2 years. It is only hoped that similar platforms will be created in future to enable the politicians iron out issues that could degenerate to crisis.
Well, you call it proactive measures in that particular report, but this time, let's see what reasons has been adduced to this one. Several reasons from different people to have come to this particular issue about reconciliation process, contention for scarce resources and poverty, which has been cited as major causes of incessant attacks in rural communities in Plateau State. Experts suggest that security operatives need to step up their intelligence network to forestall attacks before they are carried out.
Shillong, a community mourning following an attack by suspected Fulani herdsmen on the village late 2013. Burnt houses left behind in a trail of violence and many souls lost. Some of those who managed to escape still recount their ordeal.
Before this incident came, in fact, the Fulani, they already planned, and by the time they planned, they entered, they began to shoot. In fact, the army we have here, they tried their best, but later on, they vacated the whole. That's why you saw this area, it was burned.
The soldier was even shooting back to us there to the primary school, and they even killed one of our youth there.
Shillong is not the only community affected by violence. Riom, Balkenladi, and Jos South local government have had their fair share. Experts believe many factors are responsible.
Poverty is at the core of this problem we're talking about. Some people still harbor, ill feelings towards others. They are still angry with people they believe, inflicted some pains on them, either through killing their loved ones or destroying their property. So that anger is still boiling in some people. And as long as that anger is still boiling, we don't expect, peace in Plateau.
Nobody, whoever they are, can just come into any land and think they can take possession. Unless they want to declare to us that we are back to the days of tribal wars. And God forbid, we wish those days never come back.
Others question the competence of security agencies.
We need a situation where there will be a kind of very, very sincere, open relationship between the communities and the security agents.
The security people that are out there to secure lives and property actually have lost their responsive capacity simply because of lack of, good intelligence network amongst them.
The Commissioner of Police in the state says there are no quick answers.
When things like this happen, people want quick results, but investigation is slow, steady, but we'll get to the end point. So I want to call on all of us to put hands on deck. I want to use the opportunity to call all members of the public that whenever they see idle, disorderly people, suspicious characters, they should report to the nearest police station.
While many residents are eager to see an end to this spate of violence, experts also advise that the creation of job opportunities for youths and the provision of infrastructure at the grassroots be explored as part of solutions to the incessant crisis.
Now, residents of Goningora and Ungwaromi in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State have been lamenting the spate of abandoned projects in the communities, which they say is affecting social economic activities in their areas. Of particular mention At the road and bridge, which construction began since 2012, yet to be completed. They are, however, calling on the state government to intervene and ensure speedy completion of the projects.
Has the contractors in charge of the construction of these roads and bridges abandoned the projects? This is a question being asked by residents of Goningora, Angwaromi and Karatudu communities in Chinku local government area of Kaduna State, badly affected by the 2012 flood disaster. For them, the difficulties they face on a daily basis due to the deplorable condition of the roads is taking its toll on them. In 2012, the residents were happy when equipment were moved to their areas to commence work on the rehabilitation of roads and bridges. And this is 2014, they're yet to complete these projects.
This bridge and this road is automatically as if it's an abandoned project already by the government. And we are calling on the government before the rainy season, because if the rainy season starts without completing this project, is going to be a very, very dangerous for the result of the present government.
Although the state government says it has committed about 40 billion naira on the rehabilitation and construction of roads and bridges across the state in the past 2 years, the demand for motorable roads by various communities in the state is on the increase. Slow pace of work and outright abandonment of the construction site by contractors is giving the residents of the affected communities cause for concern.
Let them help us to take our suffering, because it is not be good when the flood is actually destroying the people they are governing, and we are losing our property. So our feeling is that they should help us and solve the problem.
Speaking to Channels Television on the situation, the Director General, Media and Publicity to Kaduna State Governor Ahmed Mayaki attributed the slow pace of work at the construction site to lack of funds.
This is simply because of the challenges government had last year in terms of the budget of the 2013 as prepared and submitted by His Excellency late Sir Patrick Ibrahim Yekwa. And I want to assure the general public that the administration of Governor Mukhtar Malayero is still committed towards ensuring that these projects are completed.
The road projects were scheduled to last for 13 months and should have been completed before the rainy season. No doubt, the delay is certainly affecting socio-economic activities in these areas.
Well, the management of Imo State Polytechnic, Umogo, has dismissed the rumor making the rounds that students from the institution have been banned from participating in the one-year mandatory National Youth Service Corps program. Anxiety had been raised over the camping of more than 100 students from the 2013 Batch C NYSC orientation camps across the country. The rector of the institution, Reverend Father Wens Madu, attributed the incident to failure on the part of National Board for Technical Education to send the school's list with the newly accredited courses to NYSC early enough to be captured in the database. When News 10 returns after the break, Cross River State Government takes step to end water scarcity as it signs a 3.7 billion naira deal for the phase 2 of its urban water scheme. Join us again.